What do I do? What do I do besides liking to show off for a little attention in my apartment? So here's what we're going to do. This is what I do. See if I can fix the light. Okay. And dog, cat, football, baseball, hockey, wordle, content. To be content with something. Tent, con. What are these? These are just words, right? But in baseball, there's an equation and it's 9. I always like to look at this as your birth. It also says DNA. It repeats the sun, and it is the E world. The E versus, you ever see that? The A and the E inside EA is where it's at. It's in the house of bait. When you shift, what do you call it? When you um, use shift, right? SH. Okay, they're reverse alphabet, so everything fits in between. H all the way to S because they are the reverse alphabet. So you go H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, and then S. So it's everything here. Or what you're going to do, it's going to be S, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then H. It's going to be this way or that way. But it's not going to be the both. And then in between is their reverse alphabet. So we have the 9 innings. So in French, okay, and EUF, by the way, is 1 through 5 equals to 15O. 1 through 6 equals to 21E. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 3 and 2. BC creates E. BCE, Bell Canada Enterprises, Communication. 1946. 46 is the numeric value for neuf in French, which means 9 in English. And there's a mathematical equation, a simple equation. It's multiplication and addition creates an 8-point star, in which it's actually a 6-point star, because this is going to be the pole. And with that pole, you're just going to have a X within the pole, and then you have the crossing of that on the singular pole. So all information comes down this pole. And with this information, there's a few ways that we can connect and create this. I don't know if you want to look at it as an elongated rectangular box, if you want to look at it as a predecessor to what will be the Star of David, adding on our one-sided triangular here. We should do it a little bit better, right? So we're going to have, let's say we're going to do, see, I don't want to do the crossing. You see the way I did this crossing? Not 45 degrees. I think we should be running it this way. Okay, 1 through whatever amount of boxes. I'd have to talk to a mathematician so to help me understand the situation. I only know it by squares. So now what we do is it has to be one more because I want to use a center. If I made it 1, 2, 3, okay, my center would run over here. See the way the two boxes are on each side of the line? Let me do it again. I'm going to do this one. Here's 2. When we break it, the boxes are on each side of the line. Okay? Let me see. Is this light on? Yeah, it is. Is that a bad light? Is that a bad light? Okay, let's leave it at that. So do you see what's happening? This dot is in between 4 areas. So everything comes together at the 8 to 1 according to odds on the roulette wheel. So we're going to take this to another step. I'm going to go 1, 2, and then all the way down here 3. And when I do it, my line will be a short line like this. So I would call this the F line. Do you understand what that is? When I go through here, I get a singular box to the center of the two sides using 1.5 and 1.5. And that's a Mars relationship. Everything to do with 1.5 or 3 to 2 has to do with Mars. So sometimes I'm a little misrepresenting some things because sometimes a dot that I keep saying is Mars would be Earth, and that the Earth part, which I say is a line, would actually be the dot. It doesn't matter. It's one way or the other, but the story is going to be up or down. We're gonna fix it up one day when we go through more of the situations. Just to note, one of the reasons I use Mars as a dot, okay, is because of this situation over here. When we make the dollar sign, okay, to the smallest area with a single line, Mars is number 51. I can also draw it this way, but then I can't go outside. So what would be the answer is, if you really look at this, right, I have an X over here, and I have an X over here. And in between, I have two upside down 44s, or what you deem to say to look like, right, to look like that design over here. It's also Lamed that connects one side to the other. If this was spinning, we're not going to get into that. Now, Earth, well, there goes that pen. So, yes, so then when it comes to Earth, right, we're going to go, right? See, Mars is one line across, right? In fact, you have to use one. You see the way I only went in one area here? But here, I'm going to go in two areas. When I go in two areas, I get to do that. I get to do that. You notice I can't end in the center. My stopping lines are only over here. So now I can also do this. So Earth is going to automatically implement this one inside of it by automatically getting two sides. But if I create it this way, I will only get the two lines out of it, and I won't be able to get Mars inside of it. The 9 lives of the cat equaling to 10. As 9 and 1, 0 equals to everything, the 0 is all 9, and it's 1. So 1 is the completion of all 9. 1 is the completion of all 9. There's one of, this is the 10th one. The 10th one is 1 and all. There's also the position 1 here and the position 9 here. So when it comes to hockey, there's 3 periods. So the periods are 20, 15, 20, 15, 20. And you arrive and you go home. So arrive has a numeric value, and I'm not the only one that does this. There are others that do this. And wow, I can't find it. Just give me a second. Oh, I'm on the wrong page, I think. No, I'm not. I'm not. Hold on. Wow, I started the video. Let me just show you the alphabet over here. Third time I'm doing this. Here's our vibration. Here's the gateway, INR, 360 degrees, 3 by 6, 3 plus 6, 18 and 9, 89. It is the lab, the laboratory, 8 and 2, 9 and 1, 1 and 9 is the spirit, 1 and 8 is the spirit in the heavens. This is the spirit in the birth. 1, 3, 5, matter and energy, the 13 and the 5 ball and pull. 1 is a stripe, 1 is a solid. To create orange, you need red 27, and you need yellow 92, 2, 7, 9, 9, 2, 11, 9, 11. This is the sun. 5 equals to the letter N, 3 equals to U, and S is 1 in a single Pythagorean count through the regular alphabet, which is S19, reduced twice. So when S is reduced by 18, you are in the house of bait, because what happens here, it's the 19th letter. 1 plus 9 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. We've reduced 2 times 9 is 18. That is in the house of Resh. When you go down 2, you go to 2 bait, which is over here. When you have 2-8, you have the 7th gate. The 7th gate residing inside the E world of the moon, the numeric value right over here as moon is number 57. DC is also number 75, and the referral is right over here. And that referral at 75% is 3/4. And when we start doing the artwork, it shows you this design over here. Why? Because in order to create the numeric value for the sun, the situation is 3 by 3, 3 plus 3. And that's 6 and 9. I created I'm going through this quick because there's just so much information. There's a 9 over here, and there's a 6 over here. And I just finished off the relationship. And when you have that relationship, you've divided above and below. You've also divided it and connected it with 8H right here. The 7 is what keeps that division. And this, I find usually, when I create my Star of David, okay, I'll take this area over here and this area over here to create that angle. I call it the Budweiser bow tie. 57.75, 3/4. When you add, if I want to add them together, it will be 132. This is when the 169th moon is passed. There's a whole bunch of stories that are going on in here. It is also the cat's gate through Mars. 1 and 3 is 4-2. Numeric value for cat and the words 5 and 9, which is also 12 and 14, which also can be looked at as 1/4 and 1/2. And then there's more stories going on, 4 parts and 2 parts to create a whole. We started with hockey, baseball, football, the number of periods in the game, the number of players on a field, the offense and defense, the number of outs in the game, the possible amount of pitches before one run is scored, before all 3 men are out. I say men, they could be women, etc., etc. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. How you doing there, guy? Thank you for watching.